Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today we're going to be talking about how the Houston Astros are on fire right now. And the way the Astros are playing recently, it really excites you what this team, the path could be for this team if you look at how the schedule gets easier and the way the team has been playing recently. Offensively, the team has been better. You look at, the team still has this struggle of getting extra base hits, but offensively, they've been much better in the last 4 games. And just in the month of May in general, not just the last 4 games. I mean, last 4 games, they've been on a tear. But in the month of May in general, they have really had a lot of success. And it's just been really fun to see the way they pitch, the way they played all season. Pitching-wise, they've been one of the best in baseball all year. But to see their bats finally get going a little bit, I think there's some still things that are missing with this Astros team bat-wise. But I mean, like this series against the Mariners, the Astros just took 3 of 4 against the Mariners, and they needed it. They needed to do that. I mean, they came into the series 3.5 games back from the number one spot in the division, and now they're 1.5 games back, and they're about to play the A's, who are 22-31, the Rays for a 4-game set, and then the Pirates for 3 games. So I think you look at what they did in the series: 48 hits in the series. Every game in the 4 games, they were double-digit hits. They had 13. This is the order of Thursday 13 hits, Friday 11 hits. Even though they lost, then Saturday in a win 11 hits. Sunday 13 hits. So, but another problem you'll look at is that you have that many hits. This team had 48 hits in the series. But there's also a problem of scoring runs. Now, the first game of the series, they got up there pretty good scoring runs. Scored 9 runs in the first game of this series. But then as the series went on, there was a struggle of scoring runs for this team because they scored 3 in the second game. They scored 2 in the third game, even though they won and had 11 hits. And then the last game scored 5. So they scored 19 runs on 48 hits, but a big part of that is that's a lot of singles as well. There was only 7 extra base hits of those 48. But it's still great offensively for this team compared to other series as well. And so I was impressed with what they did offensively, but I think you'd want more extra base hits if you were the Astros as well. But pitching-wise, this team has been great. The Mariners only scored 11 runs in the series. The Mariners didn't even average 3 runs per game in the series. A little bit under 3, like 2.6, something like that. The Astros, pitching-wise, in a lot of the categories, are top 5. Some categories, they're top 3. Strikeouts, ERA, they're dominant. They're dominant in a lot of categories in the pitching categories right now. And you wonder why, and who has helped that out. It's been the two main stars that have helped that out has been Hunter Brown and Hunter Brown and Framber Valdez. Framber Valdez in his last 4 starts has been lights out. He has a 1.93 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's pitched 20 innings in his last 4 starts, only giving up 6 earned runs. He's tied for second in Major League Baseball in quality starts. He's up there top 3, top 5 in innings pitched this year. Framber's been amazing this year. He had a rough start, but he's bounced back to the point where his ERA is now 3.3. And like I said, his ERA is 1.93 in his last 4. And so he's been great recently. And Hunter's been great all season. He did have a little bit of a rough outing in his last outing, giving up 5 earned runs against the Rays. But Hunter before that outing was the Cy Young favorite. I don't know if he still is. We'll see how he can do in his bounce back. But I will say, that ballpark for Tampa Bay is not a pitcher's ballpark. You can see, I think you can see good pitchers struggle there. I mean, all you've got to do to hit a home run right field is hit a home run 330 feet. And the winds are crazy. It is easy for a hitter to have success against a pitcher in that ballpark for Tampa Bay. But Hunter, hadn't had an outing besides that outing, giving up more than 3 earned runs all year before that outing. And he's been locked down. His ERA, even after giving up 5 earned runs, is a little bit over a 2 ERA, just over. And so he's been amazing this year. He's top in the league of strikeouts. He's been amazing with strikeouts, wins, quality starts. He's been amazing in all those categories right there. Been one of the best in baseball. So Hunter and Framber have been amazing. 1-2 punch in the pitch, in the pitching rotation, probably one of the best in baseball. But I think it's also been the bullpen attack this Astros team has. Josh Hader's been amazing this year with he has not blown a save so far this year in like 13, 14 tries. Brian Abreu's been outstanding this year for the Astros. Brian King has been outstanding as well. Other guys that you can mention have been amazing. Bennett Sousa, Sean Dubin, a whole list of guys have pitched so well for this Astros bullpen this year. One of the best in baseball. So, Framber and Hunter, that's 1-2 punch in the starting rotation is one of the best in baseball. The bullpen's one of the best in baseball. Now, the Astros have had other starters that they've lost in the year that made their starting rotation more dominant, and they've lost those guys now, like lost Arrighetti, lost Wisniewski, lost Blanco. We'll see how long Blanco's out. I'm worried about that, but we'll see. But this pitching is still great, and the hitting, the hitters have potential, but you've seen some struggles there. There's a lot of struggles with runners in scoring position. That's been a real big problem this year, and also missing Yordan Alvarez for almost a month now. So that is a problem that you want to get Yordan Alvarez back. Also a big needing lefty hitters. But so like I've talked about some of the issues, and I've talked about some of the really good things of this team. Yet they still are 3 games over 500, even though all the offensive issues they've had. Still 3 games over 500, 1.5 games back in the division. Even though they are without one of their best hitters, their best power hitter, one of their best hitters is, I know the numbers don't show it this year, but Yordan Alvarez is their best hitter, and they've been without him for the last month. And honestly, I think during that time, you probably would have seen Yordan Alvarez get it going throughout that time. But you've seen him miss this time, and that has sucked for Yordan. But I think when he gets back, he's going to be a real help to this offense. So you've seen these struggles without Yordan Alvarez in the offense. The Astros pitching has missed guys, all year. Arrighetti got injured his second start. Well, it wasn't his second start. Got injured in between his second start and his third start during BP. But only has 2 starts, and he's a really nice young pitcher for this Astros rotation. So this Astros team has a lot of potential right now, I believe. Their schedule gets easier as it goes on. They've had one of the hardest schedules this year, and they're on fire right now, plain and simple. At home this year they've been locked down. I think that's another thing that makes this team so dangerous. They've not been good at home in years past. Really struggled at home. Really been a dominant road team. And that has changed this year. They started off 2-4 at home this year. That was a real tough time. The Astros started off 2-4 this season in their first 6 games at home, first 6 games of the season, and offensively looked terrible. And a lot of fans are freaking out, saying this team can't do anything at home. And that's what it seemed like, and that's what it was. That's what we saw the last 2 years before that, and the first 6 games of the season. But since then, they have become dominant again at home. Since that 2-4 start, the Astros are 16-6 at home. So that's another thing. Now, but they've also lost some of their road magic. They're 10-15 on the road this year. Maybe that can get better. But I think their home, the way they played at home this year has also been a real positive thing. And so I think we've seen them on fire lately. Hopefully they can keep that up. That'd be great. But you guys let me know your thoughts on the way the Astros are playing right now. It's a video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.